you missed that story this week about their shirts, it's one of the weirdest stories, actually. The shirts that they're wearing get very, very drenched in sweat within about 10 minutes. And as John McGinn said, it wasn't 25 degrees out there, which, by the way, is in like a whole nother temperature situation. I'm not going to try and work that out. But it wasn't hot, is basically what he's saying. We've talked about Villa. Robbie Mustoe, what happened to Brighton today?
Well, you know, the only thing with Brighton, of course, they're still sitting fourth place in the Premier League table right now. But I just wonder, like, and we're not going to jump on Brighton after this, you know, given how well they've done to this point. I just wonder if there's too many changes. Now, I know European football is there was a midweek game. I think it was 4 changes today. There'll be more changes going into the Europa game midweek. The goalkeeper change situation. You know, I looked at Mitoma and Solly March, who have been brilliant in the first few games of the season. They've been rotated out a little bit. I just wonder whether Brighton can be consistent when there's rotations to important players out the side.
That's interesting, because that links on to what Roberto De Zerbi just talked about in his post-match interview. I've just been told that he said it's really tough to play every 3 days. And, of course, this is brand new for Brighton. He's also apologised to the fans. What do you make of it, Robbie?
Well, some days you have a bad day, and maybe all the bad things for the next few months came in that 90 minutes. Listen, it's hard to criticise Brighton with what they do. It's hard to criticise with the rotation of players and people in and out of the football club. But it's also, for somebody like De Zerbi, it's a great bit of an exercise to say, when he gets back on the training pitch, there's still lots of work for this Brighton team to do. Let's not get carried away. When things don't work well for us, that's what can happen. What
do they do to rectify the situation in terms of strength in depth? Do they need more players in January? Should they have had more players come in?
Well, they have had players come in. And the other thing on it as well, Rebecca, apart from the rotations, is they've lost some good players. Moises Caicedo was a very important player. He said himself, the manager, we have to play in a different way now because we haven't got Moises in midfield. McAllister's doing great at Liverpool. It's hard to do what they're doing with a squad that gets a little weaker, it seems, each season.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock. And be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you there.